Hey there, Cancer. So welcome to 2023 in 5 minutes or less, probably more. So let's have a look at what's coming up. Now, there are a few things that I want to pay a bit of attention to. The first move that I think is going to be quite useful for you is that Saturn's going into the sign of Pisces. Now, when Saturn goes into the sign of Pisces, it is going to be impacting your ninth house. It's going to be really opening your world in some way. So I see it as a year where you're likely to get quite passionate and serious about what you don't yet know about the world and how you're forgive me, how you're expanding your life in some way. It's giving you a real seriousness about moving beyond the mundane and into the spiritual, moving out of the known and into the unknown. It's quite a time of adventure. And so this is really, really quite helpful for you. Very helpful indeed. And it's like previously in this last year, the last 2.5 years, Saturn has been in the 8th house, which has brought up all issues of shame, blame, guilt, and anger, and really brought up a lot of repeating patterns. But this is going to clear as you go into more of a divine mindset, and you'll have the determination and the dedication to get there, which is really cool. Now, Jupiter is moving into the sign of Aries, and it's been there now since just the 20th of December in 2022, and it's going to be in your 10th house until mid-May. Now, during that time, you're given this opportunity to push forwards quite considerably in terms of your profile, in terms of your recognition and appreciation, who likes you, who wants to connect with you and everything. So it feels like you're really given a chance to thrive and be seen. And then from mid-May, from the 16th of May, it feels like your friendships are becoming very beneficial, like you feel very at ease, and there's a lot of trust and collaboration that is growing for you. So that's great news, right? Now, the next thing that I would mention is that Pluto is going into the sign of Aquarius in mid-March, on the 23rd of March. Now, this is actually quite a big thing, and it's part of a longer-term shift. It's part of a longer-term shift to really transition you out of one phase of life and into another. Now, this is an aspect that's lasting for about 20 years, and it's really highlighting the shame and blame and guilt, not just of you in your lifetime, but what has gone before it. So don't be surprised if, as Pluto moves over for a few months this year into Aquarius, if you start to have these very intense feelings to do with other people's values and how other people have impacted your life. It is a time for you to notice the separation between yourself and others, and to take full responsibility for what happens to you, and know that anything that is coming up right now isn't to do with the actual situation that's going on, but it's to do with something, an echo of the past, an echo of distrust from the past. It's an old planetary signature that's been playing out. Last thing that I want to share with you then is the summer solstice. Around the time of the summer solstice, right before it, we've got the new moon in Gemini, which is going to really highlight a new strong activity to get into work. You know, it's really going to highlight for you where you have needed to work on yourself in terms of mental health. So it's not just that you need to work at something, but it just feels like there's a lot going on internally that's shifting, in particular with Pluto going into Aquarius, Saturn moving out of Aquarius. It feels like there's a lot of old stuff to actually really fully integrate. So as you are going into the summer solstice and beyond that time, it really feels like a time when things come into an organized way of being. It's almost like all of those errant thoughts and all of the things that you've learned finally kind of gets absorbed and understood at a mind-body level. So I think from June the 21st, you're actually moving into quite a good time. You're moving into a time where things are starting to make sense again, and from where you can make new plans. Last thing then is just that this is a year of changes, and the intensity that you've been feeling in the last couple of years is likely to ease off. You know, Pluto's moved out of your 7th house, which makes everyone else really disastrous to be around. And Saturn has finally shifted out of your 8th house and into your 9th. So it should get much easier from here on in. Anyway, I hope that's helpful to you, Cancer. And if you want any more information, check out the monthly breakdowns or book a reading with me. It's www.feelgoodastrology.com/store. Bye for now.